and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond, 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 beyond. Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond, beyond, beyond.
What?
Beltway Radio,
And beyond, beyond.
Yo, what's up? What's good? You are rocking with the best. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Monday. And you know what that means. It is Conversations with Comedians on Beltway Radio and beyond. I am your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett. And as always, I'm joined in the lab by my man, B Easy. What up, B?
Wakanda forever! This is ridiculous. But anyway, hi.
You know what? I'll take it. Listen, America. Y'all have just seen an exclusive. Brian has acted like he actually got a decent introduction for once. You know what? Yo, man, I wouldn't even, if this was any other day, I'd probably crack on him for that. But you know what? If he want to show any remnants of life or a pulse, I'm down with it. You already know where his mindset is. So I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about my weekend. Yesterday was my mother's 72nd birthday, and I want to say happy birthday to Miss Dolores Jenkins. You know, I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you, man. I love my mother, but I can't stand my children's grandmother. And anybody who has kids know there's a difference between your mama and their grandma. Your mama came up with reasons to tell you no. Their grandma comes up with excuses to tell them yes. I went to my mom's house and my niece was over there. It's the truth. Your mom comes up with reasons to tell you no, but she comes up with excuses to tell her grandchildren yes. I went to my mom's house this past weekend and she had my niece over there. My mom fixed herself a plate of food. My niece in the other room had a totally different meal that my mother cooked. I said, Mama, Pud is eating something different. Why? Well, she didn't want what I fixed. So I said, you know what? I'm going to fix her something else. I looked at my mother with such disgust. I was so disgusted with her. I was like, you're so weak. I said, when did you turn into this person? I said, Mama, I remember a long time ago. This is when I realized that I'm getting old. I had to sit my niece on my lap and I said, baby, let me tell you a story about a young man in a far, far away land called Houston, Texas. When he was your age, his mama, and we'll just call her Dolores, just for to come up with a name off the top of my head. She made some food. And he said, Mama, I don't want to eat this food. She looked at him and said, well, I guess you're going to go to bed hungry. The end of story. My mother, she done got weak. She done got totally and completely weak. America, if you have children, the biggest hypocrites are not the government. It's not the police. It's grandparents. Because grandparents have literally turned into the antithesis of everything that they were when you were growing up. It's like they realized that they done messed up this long and now they trying to get into heaven on a waiver or in good behavior. I looked at my mother and I told my mom, I said, Mom, why are you so nice to these kids? She was like, well, we didn't know any better when we was raising y'all. I said, well, act like you don't know nothing right now. Oh man, I was so disgusted at her. I was disgusted at my mother. I really was. The fact that she made her an entirely different meal than what was already prescribed, I was totally disgusted with my mom. But it was her birthday, so I let her have a pass. My cousin, we had a family call yesterday. And we were all talking about our moments with our moms, with my mom and how she's special to us. And it got to me. And you know what? I was a little emotional. I did not cry. My cousin swears up and down that tears was coming down my face and snot bubbles was coming out my nose. I did not cry, America. I got emotional. Emotional is like, you got to catch yourself. Every now and then you got to look down and put a finger up and be like, this is emotional. When you put your hand up to your mouth and go like this, that's what I did. I did not cry. They swear up and down I cried. I don't cry, America. I don't cry. I'm bona fide with pride. I do not cry. I don't cry. I don't weep. I don't lament. You understand me? I get misty-eyed only because there was like some dust in the room. My sister didn't vacuum, so there was dust in the room and it got in my eyes. That was the only reason why. But Doug Bennett did not cry. Thank you very much. I'm a man.
So
Brian, when was the last time you cried?
Hold on. So there was no bet on you crying or anything.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't a bet on me crying. However, my cousin did take a picture and he photoshopped it. So if on the internet y'all do see a picture of me going around, it's photoshopped. It's photoshopped. I did not cry. I got emotional. It's like the difference between a smirk and a smile or a giggle and a laugh. Okay? I got emotional. I did not cry. Okay. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. So emotional.
When's the last time you cried, B?
Yesterday.
Nigga, what you cry for?
I have my reasons. That's it. I'll leave it at that.
I'm not even this nigga crying. You need a hug?
No, I'm fine.
America, give B a cyber hug. Give him a cyber hug. Give him a cyber hug. Don't pound that equipment and short the shit out now. We already have enough issues with Beltway Radio and beyond. I don't even want to hear that joint no more. You played that shit 10 minutes on a continuous loop. I don't want to hear that joint no more. You better come up with a new jingle.
We'll
you better come up with a new jingle.
By next year, maybe we'll have something new. So it's part of the branding.
God damn, it's only March.
It's all part of the branding.
So, oh my gosh. Well, let's go ahead and get into it because my man Anxious Adam over here already entered into it. So last night was the 95th Oscars. And we all know the elephant in the room was going to be the Will Smith jokes, which Jimmy Kimmel. I honestly like Jimmy Kimmel as a host. I think he's a great host for the Oscars. But he definitely the jokes were okay, but I don't know. It's a delicate line right now because it's been a year, so I don't know if it's still relevant to keep talking about it. But in the same sense, at a situation like that, where it happened, where the act happened, it would almost be crazy not to mention it. It's like somebody with, I don't know, like a booger on their nose and you try to act like you don't see it, or better yet, you go out with a girl who got a mole and you try to act like you don't see the shit.
Is it a
But
sex
every time you see her, you're like, yeah, holy moly. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So I get why Jimmy had to do it, man. I get why Jimmy had to do it. But I guess the biggest controversy last night had to be the best supporting actress going to Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, usually I'll be the one who'll start out with the outrage. Yeah, let's go ahead, play. Let's go ahead. Is it muted?
All right.
Dog,
Did you hear?
do you see Angela Bassett's face?
Yep.
If there was ever a look that said, bitch, please. Look at Angela Bassett's face, y'all. That joint said, bitch, please. I mean, come on, B. Am I wrong?
Okay. Is the floor mine now? I just
All I want to know is, what did her look say? Did it say bitch please or shit?
both.
My
say
vote
both.
is bitch please.
I'm
Both?
saying
Okay.
both.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I relinquished the floor to my engineer because he has been chomping at the bit for less than 24 hours to get this off. B, the floor is yours.
Okay.
Whenever a nigga got to take a breath before he say something, you know it's about to go on.
Yeah. All right. I've seen both movies. I liked both movies.
Really?
Yes, I've seen them both. That All at Once is a good movie. For those who haven't seen it, I recommend going and see it. It's very entertaining. It's not what you think based off of the trailer. So once you see it, and everything will be explained at the end. But my thing.
So what is it about? Just everything?
No, it's without giving fully away. It based on, like I said, based off the trailer, it seems like it's, it came in before Marvel did the whole announcement of doing the multiverse saga. So it seemed like it was like one of those type of movies. And I'm a fan of Michelle Yeoh. And I like the things that she's done. So I figured it's like, hey, this would be kind of cool to see. So I went to see it. And
before you go on, you say without giving it away?
Yeah. Because like I said,
nigga, the movie ain't Creed 3. Don't nobody care about that damn movie.
Here's what I'm saying. With the trailer, it seems like it's an action flick. But once you see it, it's completely more than what it is. And it will be explained at the end. That's all I gotta say. So like I said, I recommend for you, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's really a good movie. With that being said,
explain it then. Just fast forward. Just fast forward to the credits.
With that being said, so like I said, I saw both movies, and I felt like, all right, with Jamie Lee Curtis in it, I was kind of surprised she was in it when I first saw it. So it's like, oh, okay. And leaving the theater.
I think the real question is, let me ask you a question. And this will determine whether I go see it or not. Did Jamie Lee Curtis show her breasts?
No.
Did she show her breasts? Then there ain't no point in seeing this shit.
Okay, based off her character,
ain't no point. That's the calling card. She shows a titty.
Anyway, this is not Trading Places. Come on. Anyway. My point
is she showed every movie that I remember Jamie Lee Curtis being in, she showed a titty. I think she even showed it in an Activia commercial.
That was the 80s. This is like
every movie I've seen, she showed a titty.
Okay, if you want to see some 60
she showed it in Halloween.
What, the recent one?
She showed it in Halloween. Didn't Michael almost cop a nipple? Michael almost cut her areola, didn't he?
If you believe that.
Didn't he?
Anyway,
didn't he?
I like to reserve my time.
And talking about seeing some 60-year-old. And don't you ever disrespect senior citizen breasts. Okay? There are dudes out there that still watch Vanessa Del Rio. And Vanessa Del Rio is 155.
She's 75.
You
Anyway,
apologize. Apologize right now to all 60-year-olds and above with breasts. Apologize, Brian.
I have no problem with. Hey, I'm in the middle age range now, but I have no problem with it. Anyway, what I'm about to say is this.
Say, I, Brian Lyles. No, say, I, Brian Lyles, being of sound mind and sound body, have no problem with senior citizen bosoms.
I have no problem. I, Brian Lyles, have no problem with senior citizens' bosoms. Anyway.
Thank you. Now you can proceed. Right. Don't sit up senior citizen shaming.
Yeah, you don't want to lose those demographics. Anyway.
That's right.
Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie was pretty much a dare character. I know she was there. She did her role, and that was it. But it wasn't to the point where I felt like it was memorable. I was surprised the fact that she got nominated, and I felt like, okay,
because she ain't show no titty.
Yeah. So with Angela, though, there are two scenes that I felt were so iconic to me, and I felt like, oh, she's gonna win. She will get nominated. And the first one, of course, is when she made her appearance at the UN, and then the second one when she chewed out Okoye. Once she chewed out Okoye, I was like, oh damn,
yeah, yeah,
feel that shit.
I felt like I was in trouble.
Right.
Hey, remember back in the day, you heard another kid get chewed out by their parents and you thought you was in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt when she was like, Queen Mama, Queen Mama. I was like, I was at the Queen Mama, don't demote her. Don't demote her, Queen Mama.
So I felt like it's like, okay, this is going to be a very interesting run here. So during the whole, let's say, road to the Oscars, there's 4 other awards that are award shows that are presented. Even there's multiple ones, but the 4 major ones are the Golden, Critics, the Brit Awards, SAG Awards, and then the Oscars. Angela and Jamie Lee Curtis were nominated in all 5. Angela won the first 2, the Golden Globe and the Critics. And everyone had, again, this is like, all right, this is the time. This is it. The Brit Awards, neither one of them won. It went to a British actress for a British movie. Okay, typical.
Duh. Like, duh.
Yeah. The SAG Award kind of was the wrinkle. So Jamie Lee Curtis won the SAG Award. And I felt like, okay, where's this going? And then going into the Oscars, everyone, just like me, everybody in the room felt like, no, this is Angela's night. We've been waiting way too long for her to be denied again. And then having Jamie Lee Curtis' name announced, yes, I went pissed. I said, Wakanda forever. We are storming this damn event right now. So it made no damn sense.
First and foremost, man, where the hell did you get that damn accent from?
Hey, I lived in South Africa for a while. Anyway.
That nigga said, no, you sounded like a German Wakandan.
Hey, that where you think South Africans are from. So, so yeah, my thing was it made no sense. I felt that Jamie Lee Curtis's co-star, who was also nominated for supporting actress, should have won because her performance was way better. It made I just felt like I just don't see what the Academy is seeing. Because I felt like Jamie Curtis is like, look,
no, I'm gonna stop you. I gotta stop you right there.
You can say the color of her skin if you want to, but really, I'm basing off of performance, and I just don't see that performance in it. But carry on. The floor is yours.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Man. Did you see Dreamgirls? Tell me a better supporting actor than Eddie Murphy in that movie.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy deserved that. Yes.
That's what I thought.
Unfortunately, there was that.
And they gave it to somebody else, did they not?
Yeah, because of that crazy scandal that came out of nowhere.
Man, out of nowhere, really? Okay, listen. I'm not one, like, I know people hate it when we play the race card, but when the powers that be have stacked the deck for 95 years, the race card is the only one that cuts through anybody else's suit. Okay?
Right.
Listen, bruh, Angela Bassett has been in classic movies.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. As a matter of fact, I know it's been a while since we've had one, but we're about to do a goddamn versus right now. Angela Bassett versus Jamie Lee Curtis. We're about to do a versus. All right. Angela Bassett, Malcolm X, Boys in the Hood, Black Panther 1 and 2. What else is there? Angela Bassett has been in like
Exhale.
crazy movies.
What love
Yeah,
got to
Waiting
do
to
with
Exhale. Like, man, look, yes. You can't tell me Angela Bassett wasn't Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Bassett was Tina.
Mm-hmm.
No. Angela Bassett was Anna Mae Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't Tina Turner. She was Anna Mae. Every time I'm with a woman and I have a cake, I want to say, eat the cake, Anna Mae, because of Angela Bassett. The only thing that Jamie Lee Curtis is not... Now let's go through Jamie Lee Curtis's movies. We just reeled off iconic performances by Angela Bassett. Let's not forget that Angela Bassett also played Katherine Jackson in the Jackson's American Dream movie, which is a classic, and that was made for TV. Let's go through Jamie Lee Curtis's. Halloween.
Right.
Halloween next year. Halloween the year after. Halloween 5 years from now. Halloween a decade later. Halloween 20. And A Fish Called Wanda. And Trading Places.
Oh, you can't forget True
And in
Lies.
50% of those years. Oh, True Lies. Now, you want to know what she got in common in all those? Somewhere in there, she showed a titty. Somewhere in there, she showed a titty. I'm sorry. Angela Bassett is literally a step above soft porn. She is. Give me, America, give me one iconic role Jamie Lee Curtis ever played in without mentioning Halloween. And let's be for real. Halloween as a horror movie does not stand next to Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like, come on, man. Halloween is not even a top tier horror movie. You might as well have called that shit Thanksgiving. It didn't scare nobody.
Okay. Are you talking about the original or the most recent ones?
Nigga, I'm talking about all of them.
Okay. The first two, honestly.
I'm talking about all of them.
Okay.
Freddie made me afraid to go to sleep. Halloween made me want to skip to November 1st. Halloween was whack, bro. Like, we really need to stop it. We really need to stop it, bro. Okay?
She did.
The only reason people watched Halloween was to see a titty. That was it. They only watched Halloween to see a titty. Because that's all Jamie Lee Curtis is known for. Angela Bassett should have been won an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Bassett should have won an Oscar for Tina Turner.
Yep.
Angela Bassett had white girls wanting to roll on a river.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Bassett had white girls wanting big wheels to keep on turning.
Mm-hmm.
And Proud Mary keep on burning. Angela, come on, man.
I'm like I said,
there comes a point in time.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going against that. I'm not. Let's all be full.
On top of that, Angela Bassett fine as hell.
Yeah.
She should have won the Oscar just so she could have walked up on that stage for everybody to envy Courtney B. Vance.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney ain't like, listen to me.
Oh, Courtney, this is Courtney's reaction. He was like, what?
Let me see Courtney's reaction.
He's like, what? Excuse me?
You know what Courtney said? Courtney said, I saw her movie.
Mhm.
She ain't show no titty. That's what Courtney's look said. How did she win? She ain't show no titty. Because I'm telling you, man, because that's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. And to me, I don't even see why it surprises us anymore. Are you really trying to tell me in 95 years? Let's think about, I want you to think about this, B. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to tell me in 95 years? Look at her. I thought, I'm going to be honest with you. When she won it, I thought she won. I was like, since when does the Oscars give out awards for yogurt commercials? Because she showed enough played. She played that role in that Activia commercial. She really did. She played that role. The way she hid the fact that she was wearing a diaper in that commercial is beyond me. Man, turn this shit off. Turn that shit off, man. I'm serious. I was like, when did the Academy Awards start a category for commercials? Because her Activia commercials are out of sight. They really are. They help you. Them jokers help you move and everything. They help you with your movement and everything. Now, if we talk about forward progress, then she should win for Activia.
Activia.
I'm just saying, man, it's crazy to me. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Or at least they should at least win an Oscar for best soundtrack. Activia. Like, that's right up there. That's right up there along with By Menon. Like, for real, shit like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know why it surprises us. Because think about this, B. Are you trying to tell me in 95 years of the Oscars, 95 years of the Oscars, Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, and Jamie Foxx are the only best actors we've ever had?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Other than Cuba Gooding Jr. for Jerry Maguire, I can't even remember the last supporting actor that won. The only two I remember is Denzel Washington for Glory in 1989 and Cuba Gooding.
Homeboy who will be playing Blade soon. He won. He was the most recent. I forgot his name.
So 3. So I don't know why it surprises people. I truly don't. The Oscars are nothing more than a movie edition of the Grammys. That's all they are. You want to know like, perfect example with the Grammys. You want to know when the Grammys lost credibility to me? When 50 Cent didn't win for Album of the Year, Hip Hop Album of the Year, or Best New Artist. I haven't watched the Grammy since.
Okay.
I have not watched a Grammys since, because nobody can tell me a bigger artist than 50 Cent when he came out. 50 Cent was on everything. 50 Cent was on gospel albums. He really was. You can find me in the church, down at the altar, getting my praise on. Like, literally, 50 was on a gospel album. I swear to God, he had a song with Yolanda Adams and Kurt Carr. Like, that's how big 50 was. And he did not win Best New Artist, nor did he win Hip Hop Album. Like, it was insane. And all the Oscars are a movie rendition or incarnation of the Grammys. That's all they are. So why it surprises us, I don't know. I really and truly don't.
I'll say this. Huh? Stop.
Yeah, go ahead. And another thing. Wait, another thing. Maybe, and playing devil's advocate, maybe Angela shouldn't have won. Maybe she should have lost to Jamie Lee Curtis. Because the bottom line is Angela Bassett done won at life. Angela Bassett is 65 years old, y'all. 65. Do you see how she looks? The last thing they need is look at that. Look at that. The last thing they need is Angela Bassett to walk up on that damn stage and make every last person in that joint rethink their life. Angela Bassett is 65 years old. Technically, she should be, forget the Oscars, forget the SAG Awards and the MPAA. She should be with AARP.
Oh,
and
she's
Angela
won.
Bassett literally and truly looks. Say what?
She's won a couple of those. There is our AARP awards. Yes.
Come on, somebody. Angela Bassett is 65 years old. And Angela Bassett literally looks like Angela Bassett looked better than half them people in there that are half her age. Angela Bassett has found the fountain of youth. She has won at life. They're like, yo, we can't let her keep winning. She wins every day she wakes up. I don't even think Angela Bassett put on lotion. I think all she do is put on the armor of God. I think that's what she does. She don't even put on lotion. She just puts on the armor of God and leaves her house. Man, go ahead, B. Go ahead, man, because I could go on forever about Angela, the queen, Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
A lot of these women out here calling themselves queens. No, Angela Bassett is a queen.
Right.
Angela Bassett is a queen.
With the Oscars and how they vote, I question all the time. They keep claiming the fact that they're trying to diversify with the voting process, or at least the voter. Yes. And same thing you said about the Grammys, but again, the Grammys, that's a battle among itself, and that's a whole nother discussion and topic. With this in mind,
but you do understand what I'm saying, though. Aren't the Grammys? Don't you believe the?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and especially when it's not just with the list of men you mentioned. Yes, it is short. The list of women is even shorter.
Even shorter.
And the thing is that I just feel that I don't know what it is that the Academy, I mean, is what do you want to see excellence of? Because it took Halle Berry to get, doing Doggy Style with Billy
Railroaded by Billy Bob
Thornton. And then Viola Davis has to play a maid to win their Oscars. You had Monique having to be a deadbeat mom.
A damn abusive ass mama.
Yes. But you had a queen. She was playing a queen. She was playing a queen who lost her son. She was playing a queen who Hold on. Let's not forget about Denzel. Let's not forget about Denzel having to be a crooked cop to win. Yes, crooked cop to win. But like I said, I'm just focus on the women here. And the unfortunate thing is the fact that you want to shine that excellence. Now, mind you, like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis was portraying various different characters in that movie, all at once movie. So,
and none of them showed a titty.
Besides that, there was nothing Oscar worthy in her performance. I was seeing a
Absolutely
queen.
Not.
I was seeing literally a queen just doing anything and everything to protect her country and to protect her family. That was an award-winning performance. That was a memorable performance, and you didn't want to honor that. I got nothing against Jamie Lee Curtis. I've seen a good amount of her movies, some with titties, some without. But the thing is,
that's all I'm saying. Please put that in there.
Yes, put that in there. But that night should have been Angela Bassett's night. If it was anybody else, it could have gone to Jamie Lee Curtis's co-star in the movie. I would have been okay with it. Still upset, but okay with it. But given that Jamie Lee Curtis made no fracking sense. Wakanda forever.
Come on, man. Like I said, bro. Like I said, let's even go back to the Halle Berry thing. Halle Berry, to me, should have won an Oscar for losing Isaiah. Not because of her performance. It's the fact that you made Halle Berry look like a crackhead that was still desirable. Halle Berry was the finest crackhead I've ever seen. Ever. That was Oscar worthy in itself. Halle Berry as a crackhead, shit. She got my vote. She got my vote. Hell, I would have painted myself gold and shaved all the hair off my body and presented myself to Halle Berry. That's how fine she was as a crackhead. Not to mention her performance. Come on, man. Stop the cap, bro. Now I see why people really and truly don't dignify these award shows, because they're like what we used to call in the Marine Corps. They're a dog and pony show. Like we used to have something called commanding generals inspections and stuff like that, where we would have to sit up here and get in our uniforms, dressed, pressed, ready to go, just for this mofo to walk down the middle of the squad bay and not pay attention to none of our uniforms, none of the stuff that we don't put on display and spend hours cleaning. He just walked down the middle of it. It was more for him than it was for us. It was more for the general or the colonel than it was for us. That's why every single time we had one, I swear to God, I pretended I was sick and went to sick bay, because I refused to be a part of that. It was crazy. And it's the same thing with the Oscars. I would never, if I was an established actor, I would never go to the Oscars. They would have to mail me my shit. They'd have to put my shit in Amazon Prime or FedEx and mail me my little gold statue, because I would never take my black ass there, man. You're not about to sit up here and get me in this stupid suit to sit here for 3 hours listening to people make off-color jokes and knowing good and damn well you already know who. This is my solution for the Oscars. Invite the winners, because y'all already know who the hell's name is in that envelope. Invite the winner. Just invite the winner. Don't tell them what category they're in. Just let their ass sit there. And then when they get there, call, hey, this is for Best Supporting Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis. And the winner is Jamie Lee Curtis. There you go. But don't bring people there and you know good and damn well they ain't got no chance of winning. That is a waste of time and money and aggravation. That's like a girl telling you, I remember, you know what? There was this one girl I remember when I was in middle school. This was around the time that I just started developing the essence of having game and getting phone numbers and understanding how much getting a phone number really made your self-esteem much better.
So
that was this girl, man. Her name was say what?
Is this Doug Gravy Train? Is this the Mac guy now?
Hell yeah. Nah, man. This was before Doug Rice and Gravy. All right, there was this one girl, man. Her name was Jennifer. Oh man, I really had a thing for Jennifer. You know what I'm saying? I really, really did. We shared science and lunch. Yeah, science, lunch, and gym together. And I was like, yo, I mustered up all the energy and the gusto and the moxie inside of me to ask for her number. So I walked up to her. Hey, you know, my name is Doug. You know, I saw you from across the room. And it was like everything stopped. And I just glided towards you. And you glid toward, I didn't even know if glid was a word, but I made it up. And you glid towards me. And as we glided towards each other, shut up, man. This is my game. I got a photographic memory. As we glided towards each other, I saw that you saw me and I saw a twinkle in your eye. So I just wanted to know if I could not only take that twinkle and be from your eye and be the spark in your life. I just want your number so maybe we can talk and I can get to know you better. Right? You know what she tells me? Maybe. Just like, I'll let you know at the end of the day. I'll let you know at the end of the day. This was first period when she told me this. We had 7 periods. I had to literally wait 6 more periods. I catch her on the way to the bus. You know what she tells me? Nah, I don't want to give you my number. I like somebody else. Bitch, you knew you liked somebody else at first period. Why did you wait until I got to your bus to tell me no? Why you do me like that? Why you Oscar me? Why you Grammy me? You knew I didn't have a shot, but you had me get all dressed up and come to this goddamn arena called school in my best clothes to sit here for 7 periods just for you to award the Grammy to somebody else. I remember one day she asked me for my honey bun, and I sat there and ate it in front of her. I ate it in front of her, and I told her, just wait. I said, just wait. If there's a piece left over, you can have it. And I stuffed the last piece in my mouth and walked off. Now you know what it feels like to have somebody wait for something you know you ain't gonna give them. Heifer. I'm sorry, America.
How old were you?
That's beside the point. That's beside the point. The wound is still fresh. The wound is still fresh. I think I was 13 or 14.
Okay.
Man, see, this is exactly why black men can't purge themselves, because people like you make me feel bad for holding on to that shit for damn near 30 years.
Hey, I mean, if you need a vent, then you can vent. I mean,
man, let's move on. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. By now, everybody out there should have seen Selective Outrage by Chris Rock. And I know it's been a minute, and I just wanted to wait to kind of really and truly get into depth about this. Netflix has just censored one of his Will Smith jokes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am very much at odds with a lot of people who share my skin color and they thought process about this. And this is the reason why I'm at odds, is because people want to sit up here and get mad at Chris Rock for speaking about how he felt about that night, which approximately is 1 year old, 365 days old from yesterday. And people believe that Chris Rock, it's been too long and he needs to let it go and he shouldn't talk about it and all this other stuff. Listen, it's amazing to me how the same people out here who want grace and mercy for them to process through their trauma and their pain don't want to give it to somebody else while they're going through the same process. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are like, yo, why you still harping on it? Why you still talking about it? This man was slapped, assaulted on national television. And the funny thing about it was, for the past year, he's never talked about it. All of us have been talking about it, which is probably the reason on why we're so sick of hearing about it, because we've been the ones talking about it. The one person who has a right to talk about it has yet to say anything until it's special. And then when he comes out and says it, now we have an issue with it. And this is one thing that I've noticed a lot, because I'll even go back to the Michael B. Jordan thing where he was called corny by L'Oreal and another young lady. Haven't you ever noticed, put me on a split screen because I want to see you when I say this. Haven't you ever noticed that there's always an issue when a black man decides to defend himself?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Whenever a black man decides, thank you for making me wait that long. I thought you was frozen. But whenever a black man decides to defend himself, he's always ridiculed. Always. But everybody else can defend themselves. Everybody else can justify themselves. Seriously. If there are women out there who want to hold on to their pain and their issues with other men, with men that they chose to be with, they're known as strong, resilient, and steadfast. When you got white men out there who practice racist ideologies, they're known as patriotic. When a black man decides to purge how he feels and speak on his emotions and how he's hurt, all of a sudden that's problematic. Or he hates black women, or he hates, it's like, why is it that Chris cannot speak about how he feels? Because let me tell you something. If I was slapped by somebody on national television, if I was slapped by Will Smith on national television, I would walk around with a sign that says X marks the spot and put that shit on my face. Nobody would forget. You understand me? Nobody would forget. You want to know why nobody would forget? Because while I'm spending that lawsuit money, I was every person I gave money to, even a homeless person, I'd be like, this is from Will Smith. Thank him when you see him. So when Chris decides to get up here and speak about his trauma, his issues, and finally purge his emotions, now all of a sudden he got an issue. He's problematic. He needs to let it go. Bruh, he was slapped on national television a year ago. I was slapped by my mama in Walmart 25 years ago. And I still remember that. I'm still known as clean up in aisle 3. So explain to me why there seems to be an issue. It was the same thing with Michael B. Jordan. When Michael B. Jordan sat up there and said, yeah, corny, remember, I'm corny. All of a sudden there's an issue. There's a problem. Even when Joe Budden was talking about his personal disagreement with Meg Thee Stallion because of how he's personally witnessed her do people in the industry. You had the cocktail heifers come out calling him a bitch ass and shut up. And why is that an issue, B, when a black man decides to talk about how he feels and defends himself? Why is that an issue, dog?
Let's put it this way. For this particular, with Chris Rock, I think a lot of people feel like it's been a year. I'm paraphrasing all of this. It's been a year. We've heard what we wanted to hear. We don't need your opinion, so to speak. But then again, it's like,
but they didn't hear it from him.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's his opinion that we wanted to hear. We haven't heard in a year. We've heard Jada's opinions. We've heard Will's opinions, but we haven't heard Chris's. He said something briefly, but it wasn't the point where he didn't fully process of what just transpired. A year later, he fully transpired what was going on. He understood the ramifications of it. He understood the ordeal behind it, and he wanted to explain it to everybody how he felt. And I felt like he has the right to say that. That's why he has the perfect job for him to say that. And unfortunately, I believe, those who are complaining about it, those who feel like, oh, you should let it go and all that stuff, are the people who had those self-opinions about the whole scenario with themselves and their girlfriends or their boyfriends or whoever they were talking to the point where it exhausted themselves. They pretty much, that's what it is. They exhausted themselves without getting the true definition of what just happened from the one person who got hit by it. And that's kind of unfortunate.
Thank you. You know what it reminds me of? God rest his soul. It reminds me of Tupac when he was doing that interview with Vibe back in the day, and how people were sitting up there getting the opinions of everybody else about his shooting in the Quad Studios. They were talking to this person and that person, and everybody was venturing to give their opinion. But the one person who was there from start to finish is the one person that nobody wants to hear from. Everybody wants to disregard what he said. And he said it. He was like, yo, I'm the only person that was there from start to finish, but yet nobody wants to hear what it is I have to say. And that's how I feel about Chris. It's like, yo, man, this dude was emasculated on Listen, bro. You slap me, one of us gotta die. I would rather get punched. Do you understand the only thing more disrespectful than a slap is being spit on?
Yeah.
That's the only thing more disrespectful than a slap for a man is being spit on. And the fact that people have an issue with this man purging his feelings about what happened to him in front of the world. The world, B. That's crazy to me. That's the reason why I love comedians. I love fun comics, and I'm glad that comedians are standing up for him. Like D.L. Hughley, shout out to D.L. Hughley, shout out to Cheryl Underwood, shout out to Lunette, all of them that are standing up for Chris, Wanda Sykes, all of them. Because, man, damn all that. Damn all that. Damn all that, man. And the fact of the matter is, this is no more than just an attack on comedy, which is what's been happening, honestly, for the past 5 to 10 years. They are attacking comedians. And it's crazy to me that we can believe that a man is trapped in a woman's body and a woman is trapped in a man's body, and they can express themselves however they want to. But this man who is a victim can't get on stage and express his hurt and his pain. That's insane to me. We can back up any and everything else, no matter how outlandish it may be. But yet this man and other people like him, the Dave Chappelles, the Cat Williamses, the Chris Rocks now, and plenty of comedians under the flag of comedy, under the flag of funny, under the flag of expression, they're the ones getting ridiculed. What's going on? As a comic myself, I applaud all those individuals out there under the flag of funny, under the flag of freedom of expression, who stand on stage in front of strangers and allow themselves to be seen for who it is they really are, good, bad, and indifferent. And if we can praise individuals who believe that there's somebody else in someone else's body, then why can't we praise and magnify and push to the forefront individuals who just want to express who they are in their own self, how they feel? We really got to check ourselves, man, because we're walking a dangerous line here, a line of a perpetual hypocrisy and contradiction that if we don't watch ourselves, we're going to paint ourselves into a corner we're not going to be able to get out of. Food for thought. Scrape the plate. Hey, man, this conversation with comedians, man, I want to thank everybody for rocking with us, man. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for just supporting us. Once again, happy birthday to my beautiful mother. My nephew, his birthday is on Thursday. He finally turns 18, so he swore up and down he a man now. I don't know why kids are in such a rush to grow up. There is nothing on this side. I'm serious. I'm gonna talk to him though. He getting ready to graduate. So, but for my engineer, Be Easy, I am your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett. We are out. We love you. Peace.